Yeah. How you doing? What's good, y'all? Yeah, we live.
Hey.
All right, so we back together. But this time, it's our own podcast.
Yeah.
So we're starting our own podcast, and it's called Life's a Joke. Okay?
It's a effing joke.
It is a joke. Make sure you're talking to the mic.
Oh, yes. Hello. Testing.
You know,
1,
she's
2,
new
3.
here.
It's just in my face.
Yeah, Life's a Joke podcast, about two women who live with comedians. And I can't hear myself.
Your sound go out?
Yeah, my sound went out.
I
there we go.
as woman.
About two women who live with comedians and the stuff that we go through, supporting them and dealing with their supporters and just at home stuff and just even our own things that has nothing to do with them.
Traveling with them.
Because life's a fucking joke.
It seriously is.
Life's truly a joke.
And Keon corrected me
What?
in the last podcast. He said, you kept saying shit your pants funny. It's pee your pants funny. I was like, oh, snap.
Wait, is that
like you're having so much fun, you pee your pants. You don't shit your pants when you're having so much fun.
I think the ultimate fun leads to shitting yourself.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's
so
like a top-notch
Keon's
level.
just never had enough fun. He looks like he's never had enough fun.
He can fool you, though, because he's super, super serious, like, around people. Like, your resting bitch face. He's always
he has a resting
bitch face for sure.
Oh, yeah. Keon has resting bitch face.
But he's not like that at all. Like, he makes me laugh 24/7. And because I've had 2 kids, I do pee my pants sometimes laughing because the muscles aren't the same.
I feel that. You know what's funny about Keon? He will have resting bitch face, but when he laughs,
oh my God,
it's full mouth open, like neck is involved, loud.
No, he goes ha,
and then and it'll just be one quick.
The shit out of me.
Yeah, it'll just be one quick, and then I'm like.
No, when Keelan was first born, like he was sleeping and Keon was downstairs and he was like, ha! And I was like, seriously, you can't laugh like that anymore with kids. It's so loud and so intense.
Keon's laugh is hilarious.
It's quick and short.
It's so funny.
To the point.
Yeah. And then when he really does laugh for at least like that short moment, it's like it's full face, full body for a moment and then he's just done with it. And I'm like, all right. And then when Tony laughs, he's like leaning forward and just eyes closed. I'm like, oh, he's adorable. What an adorable man. He'd be like, and not all that. I don't know, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
I watch him when he laughs. So I'm like,
do you watch him when he sleeps?
I watch him when he sleeps. I watch him when he laughs. The camera in the bathroom watches him when he shits. I watch him.
What's his shitting face like?
Oh yeah, it's like this. Okay. Because he be
quick releases.
He be scrolling and shit.
That's the thing though. Once you start scrolling on the toilet, like you don't get off.
He'll be in the bathroom for like an hour.
Oh my God, I'll knock on the door like I know you're done. Get out.
I'll text him sometimes and be like, "Can you feel your legs?"
Seriously.
Or one thing I love doing is I'll write I miss you on a piece of paper and slide it under the bathroom door.
What if it doesn't make it all the way or like
but
it's over?
Sometimes it'll make it. And one thing when I know he's not coming out for a while is when he brings his laptop in there.
Oh my God.
Because he's been watching.
He has a full desk in there, a full office.
He watches Game of Thrones
on
the toilet.
No. That's
Game
too far.
of Thrones on the throne. Okay, I'll be here all week, guys. But yeah,
you go in there knowing, well, I gotta finish this episode. Like I can't stop. That's too much. He's intentionally trying to just be in there on the toilet.
Oh, that's what he does.
Oh my God.
He just the bathroom is his favorite place, and he'll tell you, I love being in the bathroom.
See, we have the stool where you put your feet up so you don't get like a hemorrhoid.
I want one of those.
Oh my God, they're the best.
I use the garbage. Like we have a small.
You have a makeshift.
We have like a small little garbage in there, and so I like pull it close, and I'll put my feet up, and it's smooth sailing. Listen, if y'all never prompt your feet up when you've gone number 2, you're not shitting correctly. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's like it just comes out.
Yeah, you're gonna get one of those little turtle butts.
Oh
It's like the little thing. It's like,
yeah, it's good.
it's the best.
Isn't it called Squatty Potty?
Oh, I didn't know it had a name. I thought it was
Squatty
just a
Potty.
stool.
Or Squat Potty. Yeah, Squatty Potty sounds about right. It's
Keon
magical.
will give like excuses. Like he'll be like, "Oh, it's putting up a fight. Oh, I can't get out." I'm like, "You're done. I know you're done. There's no reason this should be taking over an hour, or else you're gonna need some serious help afterwards."
Right. And well, yeah, Tony's fiber game has been on 100, especially when he eats at home. I cook with a lot of fiber.
Like fiber supplements or like
no,
real...
like the food that I make.
Yeah,
is
beans.
Fiber, very rich in fiber. A lot of beans, spinach.
So you guys are regular.
Oh, I'm too regular.
What's too regular?
Like, I don't rot on the pot. I'll say it
I don't know
that.
what that means.
Rot on the pot. I learned this when I was like, I learned this when I was like 7 years old. Somebody's like, "Yo, don't rot on the pot." I was like, "Rot on the pot," and they're like, "Yeah, when you sit on the toilet for too long." And I'm like, "Oh, rot on the pot."
It's unforgettable. I'm never gonna get that out of my head now.
You're never gonna forget it.
You're just a one and done.
Yeah, like, so when I go, it's not a whole production. If I'm in there for a long time, that's because I'm probably either on my phone or on my laptop, because I've been taking my laptop too.
Oh my God, who are you? You're losing yourself in Tony.
But it's so smart.
And what are you watching?
YouTube videos.
Oh my God.
Hulu, maybe something on there. I haven't been on Netflix much lately. Netflix is too overwhelming. It's too much.
There is a lot.
It's too much.
Well,
way too much.
They're giving everybody and their mom a chance to make something.
Yeah.
So
let's make something.
Let's do it. Netflix.
Yo, Netflix. We gotta look at the camera and just be like, "Yeah."
But delete all the mean stuff we said about them.
I don't know if I ever said anything mean.
It was constructive criticism.
Oh, you know what's funny? I just read that apparently Netflix is the cause of like a decrease in sex. Which
I would think that.
Funny.
I would think decrease in dating, decrease in going out, decrease in a social life, because all you want to do is binge watch.
Yeah.
Like,
but what's funny about that is that it was an increase in sex because of Netflix and chill. But now things have gotten so much better on Netflix that people
nobody has time to stop and have sex.
People are really watching.
I love it.
You need to Hulu and chill because things aren't as interesting on Hulu. Things are not as
They're stepping their game up. We have Hulu and they've got
trying. I'm watching Rami. You ever heard of that?
No.
Is that on? Yeah, that's on Hulu. Rami is about this Muslim dude from Egypt, and he's also a millennial. So it's like his life in, I think he's in New York. His life as a millennial Muslim.
It's scripted?
And it's funny. It's dope.
Good.
It's kind of sad, it's kind of serious, but it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
realism.
just like, I like it. I'm a fan of it. And it gives you a if you're not familiar with Muslim culture or anything like that, it definitely gives you like a different perspective,
especially from a millennial.
Yeah. Mhm. So
dope.
it's like, it's really dope. I'm a fan of it. And he touches up on things that even like if you're not Muslim, like I'm not, and I feel like I relate to a lot of the stuff that's in there. I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Somebody said Ozark on Netflix is bomb.
Oh yeah, Ozark.
Keon watches that, but I haven't had a chance to get into it.
Same. Tony watched it and he was a fan. So
yeah, I heard it was really good.
I heard.
So I want to hear about traveling with Tony. What's that like for you?
So yeah, it's fun. But the thing I like about traveling with Tony is that we're on the same page when it comes to like what we want to do. He's not a clubber. I'm not a clubber. We don't like to go out. There's no fancy restaurants. There's no fancy nothing. We love to go on adventures. We like to see the hood of places.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be like, yo, let's
How
go
do
see
you
what the hood looks
find out where the hood is?
Oh, we have the internet.
Just Google like.
I just be Googling, or I ask people like, yo, it's funny because we were in Cincinnati and we asked, yo, what's the area that like no one goes to because it's so dangerous? And I forgot the name of the area, but we went, and it was nice.
It's all relative, too. Like, I feel like if you don't live there, you might think it's more dangerous than it is, versus actually living there, you're like, I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, I feel like
there's good Chinese food and chicken wings. Come visit.
I could see, like, maybe, you know, it was just the buildings and, like, the houses. They were nice, but I'm sure the people are not as nice. That's what I'm assuming. But, like, even, like, with Compton, I was telling Tony, when I first came to California as an adult, like LA as an adult, in 2015, I went to Compton, and I'm like, this is nice.
Well, they're not even calling it Compton anymore. Yeah, see, Brooklyn's not the hood no more.
Oh, yeah. There's no hood we'll go to. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Also living, like, I lived in East New York, and yeah, I've gone through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, my mom was on the east side.
Yeah.
120.
No, East New York, Brooklyn, Brownsville. Like, it's dangerous. It's not gentrified. Till this day, it's still not gentrified.
She's
it's
east
super
side
hood.
of Manhattan. Okay.
There's a funny story. So, you know, they're trying to gentrify New York as, you know, as a whole. And there is a building in East New York that, you know, wasn't gentrified yet. It was the projects. And these white people moved in, and they got evicted by these two women who knocked on their door with guns and said, y'all not about to do that here.
Oh, my God.
Kick them out and waited for the police.
Wow.
They waited,
stood their ground,
kicked them out, waited for the police, and was like, look, that's not happening in this building.
Well, because the idea of white people moving into neighborhoods is the idea that they make it safer and that they invite investors and people to develop the area and make it more profitable. And that can be done anyways. It shouldn't be the white presence that brings it on.
Right.
But don't get me started on politics. That's my jam.
My God. Yo, I one time I went to this, like, this event. It was like a tasting at a new vegan restaurant at the time. And one of the women there was all women. One of the women there was a real estate agent. And the topic, I don't know how we got to it, but the topic of gentrification came up. And I was like, yo, fuck gentrification, because it affects so many people of color. And it, like, people who grew up and lived in the same place for years because they can afford it, they're familiar with it, their people are there, this is what they know, are forced to move out, not because they want to, but because they have to, because of gentrification, because of rent raises and all this other stuff. And she's like, no, gentrification is good because, you know, they get money for when they move out. I'm like, you can't buy comfort. You can't buy familiarity. You can't buy,
but they're not also
community,
buying them for what their property is worth
at all.
It's a mixture of buying them out, but also at a low price, and also scaring them into leaving and enticing maybe their children with the money to help get, like, their elder out too. So it's a messed up process. It's not so fair. It's not profitable in the way that it should be if you're actually selling your house, because of redlining, those homes in the whatever considered ghetto areas are significantly priced lower for those reasons. So you're not buying them out for what it's worth anyway.
And then a lot of these people are immigrants. This is where they came to make a life for their future generations. And you're telling them, like, all right, cool, get out.
Yeah. Well, crazy story. The Dodger Stadium, where it is, sorry to all you Angelinos, but the Dodger Stadium was a neighborhood. And it was torn down. It was never, with the promise of being built back up into better housing, more affordable. And the next incoming mayor ended up just selling it to, I think, somebody out of state, and they built the Dodger Stadium. So for a lot of people, that's not a celebratory place. That's a place of lost memories.
So, in other words, the Dodgers should have stood in Brooklyn.
Pretty much. Speaking of Brooklyn.
It's full circle. It's full circle.
A lot of communities were pushed out. I mean, and now it's like this wonderful place, but its history is deep and dark. And sad.
Yeah. Like most of New York right now.
Yeah.
It's just sad. I went back in 2017 to live because I got offered a job. I lived in LA from 2015 to 2016.
Oh.
I was only gone for those 2 years. I would go visit. I went back at the end of 2016, and I felt like I didn't know it anymore.
Yes, that's how I
it
feel
was
about San Francisco.
So unfamiliar. I was like, these streets raised me.
Yes.
These streets helped develop my character, and a lot of who I am is because of the streets of New York. You know what I mean? I was out there. Like, I was literally every day, either chilling in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. Like, I was all over the place with it. Not too much the Bronx, but I was in the Bronx. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. A lot of y'all think I'm from the Bronx, but I'm not. But no disrespect to the Bronx. I just wasn't there that much. So especially Manhattan, like, I was there all the time. Like, Manhattan, the streets of Manhattan definitely not raised me like as a kid, but more like as a young adult. It really helped me grow.
That's how I feel about San Francisco. Like, when I go back, I feel like a stranger. Like,
Oh,
I
it
feel like I'm
sucks.
not supposed to be here. Like, it's so unfamiliar and it's so strange. And to see all the developments, it's like overwhelming. And it's hard. I know it's hard to see change, but like, it almost seems like a bad kind of change.
It's almost like seeing somebody who raised you, and you're so excited to see them again, and then they have like Alzheimer's or dementia, and they don't even. That's
a really good way to.
And
put
they
it.
Just look like it's the same. It's the same person, but there's something different visually and mentally. It's completely. It's gone.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But back to traveling with
comedians. Tony. Oh yeah. That's my bad. Yeah. So we like to go to the hood.
That took a depressing turn.
So we like to go to the hood. We like to go on random adventures. We love to go ghost hunting.
Ghost hunting.
We look up haunted places everywhere we go.
Keanu and I stayed in a haunted hotel.
Really?
For one of his shows. Yeah. It was
Do you
in
remember
the Bay
where?
Area. It's in the Bay Area. I'll find out for you. In this scary rinky-dink town, and I had just had Keelan, and I was scared.
Really?
I was like, it had like an old antique look to it, and I was like, for sure something went down here. I mean, people stay there for like the haunted effects, but I was like, this is not just like a ploy. Like, there's really something happening here.
That's amazing.
I didn't sleep well, and I love to be scared, but I think because I just had a baby, I was like, y'all not coming to get my baby.
Right. No, that makes sense. I stood in a haunted Airbnb once, and I experienced just insanity. I want to go back now with Tony. But this was upstate New York that I stood in, and
so what was the story though? Who was haunting it?
It was like an older woman. She was in my room.
It's always older women, man.
It was it's an old house, a Victorian house. So like
there aren't many of those left.
Yeah, I remember waking up and seeing a woman in the corner of the room.
Oh no!
And just being
shivers.
like, okay.
Was she just checking you out?
She was just standing there.
Oh my god!
And I couldn't see her face, like where her eyes were, but I was just like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
I just got a text from Tony saying, "Yo,
what'd he do? Is he connected?"
Oh,
Booski.
Yeah,
those little terms.
Yeah, that's what he calls me, Booski.
Keanu and I, when we first moved to LA, like, we were super broke, and so I mean we still are, but we were like, we were gonna take a trip with Jackie Fabulous. She was a headliner. Shout out to Jackie.
Oh my God. I love her.
I have a crush on her. She's
Jackie.
Everything.
Jackie, we love you. We love you. We gotta get Jackie on here.
Oh my gosh, she's one of the best.
Jackie Fabulous soon. Okay,
coming to a pod near you. So it was an 18-hour drive. We were going to like Washington State. So we were all gonna do like divide it up into 3. What's 18 divided by 3? I don't know the math, but that's what it was. 6. Thank you.
Okay. See, we need a smart guy in the room
on hand. I do a lot of math.
He's the calculator.
He's our calculator. So they did 6. And then it was my turn. It was like the last 6. And I was like, and I don't, my eyesight kind of sucks. I don't remember if I had my glasses, but I'm like driving. And I see this like big ass rock in the middle of the freeway in my lane. And I was like, I think the car can make it over it. I think it'll be fine. I drove over this rock. They were both asleep. All I hear was like, boom, boom, boom. And they woke up and they were like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. I think it was like something in the road, but like, it's fine. We'll be fine. They're like, well, why didn't you swerve? And I was like, oh, there was a car next to me. So I didn't want to swerve. I didn't want to panic. You know, if you panic, that's when stuff like really goes bad. That was not true. There was no cars next to me. I just thought I could make it over. And anyways, it turns out that like I guess I hit like the oil tank or something, and so the car like completely died. So we were like 2 hours away from Washington State. Like the show was like in a couple hours. I don't even know where we were. It was some like crazy hillbilly town. There was like one person that ran the entire town.
One person.
He was the mechanic, the chef, the server, the prostitute. He was everybody. It was so scary. And he was like, yeah, your car's done. Like, you're going to have to stay here. And we were like, oh, no, we can't. We have a show. We got to get there. Like this, look, these are these famous comedians. And he's like, oh, wow, really? We're like hyping it up. We're like, yeah, we got to get there. And so his wife drove us 2 hours to Washington State. And they made it like just in time to perform. It was insane.
That's cute.
And then I had to pay to fly us all back because her car was like completely ruined.
Damn.
But,
you know, I thought this was gonna end like. You ever seen Tu Wong Fu? Thanks for everything.
One of my favorite.
One of my favorites too. Tony refuses to watch it.
They had to stay in that town, little racist town, for forever
because the car broke down.
Yes,
so that's exactly where my mind.
That would have been our Tu Wong Fu minus a lot. But that was how the town felt. Like it was close knit, but like literally, there's one of everything, and one person runs all of those places.
That's crazy, yo! For a stranger to drive you 2 hours.
No, and so she was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Like, so sweet. Aww. She was like, I got to go. She had to go somewhere, like, to her in-laws or something, so it wasn't, like, for nothing. But I was, like, really hyping up the fact that they were, like, super famous and they, like, had to get to this gig. And they were so sweet. They were, like, the nicest people ever. I was totally judging them going in. And I was like, oh, my God, they're going to chop
I'm glad
us
you
up
guys
and
are
hang
good.
us.
I'm glad that you guys didn't end up with, like, a chainsaw massacre.
It felt like it was a possibility.
That's crazy. Somebody just said, and on Periscope, somebody just said that their sister stood in Stanley Hotel in Denver and heard voices in her room.
Oh my God.
I want to go to the Stanley Hotel so bad. Listen, as much as I love ghost hunting, I've ran into so many spirits. I've had so many like encounters. I don't know what it is about me. They're like, oh,
they probably feel like comfortable or like
that's
they
exactly.
can talk through you or communicate through you. I mean, I had a friend, she was taking her son to school and they're walking down the stairs and the boy stops and she's like, what are you doing? Come on, we got to go. And he's like, well, the woman with red lipstick is in my way. And she like kind of freaked out and she was like, okay. She just like grabbed him and got in the car and she's like, who are you talking about? And he's like, I don't know. She's really nice. She's got red lipstick, but she's always in my way. Aww. Well, it turns out they were living in the grandma's house, and the grandma always wore red lipstick.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. I was like, that's funny, though. She's nice, but she's always in my way.
Right. The thing is that I am always terrified. As much as I love ghost hunting, I'm scared every time of the idea of a ghost coming out. And Tony will tell, he calls me a panicking Skywalker. And yeah, I get terrified, but I'm here for it.
And that's how I feel about scary movies. Like they scare the hell out of me, but I love watching them. It's like this adrenaline rush that's exciting.
I listened to this podcast called 2 Girls, 1 Ghost. Great name, right?
Sounds like a nice threesome.
It's such a great name. 2 Girls, 1 Ghost. If you guys are into scary podcasts, definitely listen to them. And they just tell stories that like they'll either do like an encountered episode where they talk about other people's encounters with ghosts. Like they'll read other people's emails and it's super dope. Or they'll talk about like different places around the world that's haunted, and it's it's super fun to listen to because they're just like, they're funny. It's just like listening to homegirls. I feel like they're my homegirls. I don't know them. One of them's named Sabrina, though.
We all think we know people on social
right.
platforms.
That's literally how the internet works.
There is a place in Hawaii that's haunted. I wish I would have known. It's a haunted hotel.
Oh,
it was
really?
built on Native American land or indigenous.
That's where I can draw the line. Native Americans?
Indigenous. Well, they're all Native Americans at the beginning. Although Hawaii wasn't America then. They were indigenous. Yeah, right. Anyways.
I feel you.
What's that?
Polynesian, thank you.
And so there started to be all these weird things happening in the hotel, and they had to end up abandoning it. So when you go through the hotel, it just looks abandoned. Like there's walls that are completely open. There's mattresses. There's these guest cards all over the place with people who stayed there. It's like insane. I went there with my volleyball team. It was awesome.
What island was it?
It was on Oahu.
Oh,
I wish I would have known. I totally forgot about that.
And we had a car. Dope. We could have went. We tried to drive. We went to Obama's grandparents' house.
Dope.
That was pretty uneventful. It wasn't exciting.
Just from
There's a lot of traffic.
Like,
we couldn't really see much.
Nice
I wanted
house.
to knock on the door and say, "Who lives in here? What's in your fridge?" Yo, no matter what, I want to go into your house and see what's in your fridge. I know I'm vegan, but I still like, even if you're not vegan, I still want to see what's in your fridge.
No, that's how you get to know someone. The first time I went over to my mother-in-law's house, she wasn't my mother-in-law then, but I was all up in her fridge.
I feel it.
To this day, my husband, every time we would go to her house, we're just like, what do you have that we can eat?
Right. I feel that.
And everybody else's fridge to me is so much more exciting than mine. Like, they'll have the same exact things, but for some reason, I'm like, oh, yeah, strawberries.
I always think it's fresher than whatever I have. It could be older than whatever I have, but I'm like, this has to be fresh. I just trust other people more.
Other people's fridges are just sexy.
Right. Let's see. Does anybody on my Periscope have any questions for us? You can call in. You could tap in.
Oh, I got those YouTube questions.
Oh, yeah. And then also we're going to answer some YouTube questions right now. But yeah, so if anybody on Periscope wants to call in and ask any questions.
Okay, here's a question from Vilbrun McKenson. Sorry if I butchered your name. What is it like living with a comedian? Do you get sick of his jokes? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, they're not doing their performance at home. I guess that would be more like if you're going to all their shows.
Tony doesn't ever repeat himself off stage.
Really?
Whatever he says on stage doesn't come home with him.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, they probably say it so much.
Yeah. And he doesn't say cram. Okay. I'm tired of y'all thinking, does he say cram all the time? No, for what?
Does he say it on his videos?
Yeah, like
I've
cram.
never heard him say that.
Do you pay attention to any of us? Just say you pay attention to me and I don't care.
Of course.
Okay. So
look at that sexy tan. Are you guys checking out how crispy?
So now you only pay attention because of my tan. What about before?
I'm a bit
tan?
jealous of it. I'm white pasty right now.
Yeah, I don't get sick of his jokes because whatever we talk about at home or whatever we laugh about at home is new. It's in the moment. It's different. It's not a joke. It's not like a bit.
Yeah, it's not thought out. It's not set up.
It's not a bit. It's real life. You know what I mean? We're joking about what's happening in the moment. What about you?
Keon he's sort of banned me from his shows for a while because I always go by myself. They always sit me in the front row, and so because I had seen him for years doing a lot of the same material, you know, he throws new stuff in there every now and then. Like he said that my face would be like. And that's just not true. It's just I knew when the punchline was coming. I know the setup. I could do his old set, which he doesn't believe.
That's funny.
I could totally do it.
I could do a Tony set.
Yes, he doesn't believe that, and so he's like, "You're not allowed to come to my shows anymore because I get distracted seeing you just pouting in the corner in the front." And I'm like, "That's not true. I know what's coming." I still chuckle.
It's so funny.
So for like 2 years, I didn't see him perform.
So the answer is no. Because we don't hear their jokes.
Yeah, it's not the same at home. It's more like in the moment. Oh, here's a good one. Henry, with 2 R's, Montero said, were you into comedians before Tony?
Was I into comedians? Like,
did you have a what's it called, a fetish?
I was like, I went on to comediansmeet.com and I was like, I'm going to bag me a comedian. No,
Meet
it's not.
Comedian.
That's not really a thing. I know there's women out there that, you know, seek ball players and stuff like famous
types.
people, I guess. In some
especially in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I was never into a career. That's the way.
That's not what turns you on to
someone. A career, whatever you're doing for work was never a thing for me. I never cared. So I'm not gonna say no, cause it ain't matter. It really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Keon had just started when we met. So, and even though I met him on stage and I was super drunk, as we talked about in the last episode, I never even thought about comedy like that. I think that was the first comedy show I had ever went to. So it wasn't a thing ooh, comedians, yeah, so hot.
The only thing that I will say, as far as Tony being a comedian, and when we started talking, I was like, this. One thing that I always looked for in any man that I dealt with was humor. And I was like, all right, at least this might be guaranteed humor, because not all comedians are funny off stage. No. Some of them have attitudes. Some of them are abusive in their relationship. Some of them may be funny on stage, but that's not who they are off stage.
Right. Most people talk about comedians having a dark past, and that's really where it comes from. Definitely not the case for Keon. He had a 2-parent household with a white picket fence and a dog.
Oh, Tony didn't have that, but he came out great.
Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Oh, this is interesting. Have you ever seen Tony bomb on stage?
No.
No. Have you ever? This is my question. Have you ever seen him do maybe a new bit or a new joke or something maybe he's trying out and the reaction wasn't that well? Did you ever kind of get
I've seen
uncomfortable or offended?
Well, I've seen offended. I'm gonna get to that, but
get to it.
I've seen whack audiences.
Oh, yeah.
I've been there for whack audiences, and that's not his fault. He was doing what he was there to do. He was doing his job. A lot of people would find him funny, but sometimes all right, so if you go to a comedy show, keep that same energy the whole time. All right. When you laugh, keep it going. Don't cut yourself short. Don't be like, you know what I mean? Because what gets comedians hype is that energy, that, consistent laughter and stuff like that. And so I've seen whack audiences that'll be laughing and then they'll just kind of get quiet. In Hawaii, actually, the show that they did, it was a very military based crowd, and you can tell, and they were
it's a big military base on Oahu.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, so I've seen that.
Dead?
Yeah, well, it's not that they were dead. They would laugh, but they wouldn't keep it.
It's short spurts.
It was as if as if they weren't allowed to laugh for more than 5 seconds. And so I've seen that. Now, Annoyed, I have seen people in the audience that aren't paying attention. Don't.
Yes. Oh my God.
Listen.
Or the talking.
If I'm in the audience and you seeing my man and you scrolling through your phone
hold her back.
time, and you not paying attention,
which is
why
why
did
you even come?
Why? Yeah. Why are you there? First
that
of all,
pisses me off.
I'll
be shh,
bro. There's been people that I'm you not paying attention?
Yeah, I'll look around and
these
look.
are the jokes, people. He's delivering them, and he's nailing them, and he's killing it.
Probably paid money to be here, plus money for the food, money for the drinks, and you're just gonna act like that?
Right.
We could do a whole little piece on comedy etiquette.
Oh my God, we're gonna do an episode of comedy etiquette for sure.
Time. I was for sure heckling Keon.
I didn't know how to act in comedy shows. I just didn't want to be spotted or whatever, called out. That was my thing. But yeah, we kind of went over time. We're 4 minutes over. Can we do one more question? All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do one more question.
Were there any on Periscope that you saw?
Nah, nobody.
All right, let me go back to this. That woman kind of dressed. She is very tan. These are kind of the same things. Is Tony funny all the time?
No.
Keon especially.
I know there was another.
Yeah, there was someone that didn't respond to your actual things.
Yeah. I know there was another question that I was like, I wanna answer that. A lot of people think we look alike, apparently.
I know the sister thing was throwing me off. I was like, I mean, I'm fine with being compared to this beauty, but I don't see it. Oh, there you go. There's a whole slew of questions I missed.
Oh, have we ever gone on double dates together? We've had game night.
Yeah, I mean, that would be like a quadruple date. But I mean, we had plans to do one, remember, at the gardens.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't go through because, that place sells out fast. Mm-hmm. So we have to be on it for next year. But we're definitely down to do a double date. That would be a lot of fun. We might even film it for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be, actually, I have an idea for a double date. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sock it to me.
And I want y'all to take this idea, all right? So, you and I go to a thrift store.
Oh, my God, my favorite.
And we can only spend like $40.
That's a lot of money at a thrift store.
At a thrift store, right? On their outfits for them. Yeah. They go to a thrift store and they can only spend $40 on an outfit for us.
Oh, my God, I love it.
We have to wear it and go out to dinner.
Please, can we do this tomorrow night?
Whatever we pick out for each other, we have to wear and go out on a double date, like a dinner date. On a weekend or something. Like, well, it has to be a weekday. I have to convince Keon
because he's frugal as hell. He does not want to spend a penny.
So maybe $20.
Yeah, at a thrift store, you could buy 18 outfits for $40.
Right. So...
Oh my God.
Yeah. So any ridiculous, like if I find like one of them old school 70 prom suits
I'm
in
Tony's
size with the ruffles and it's pink. Oh, Tony's got to wear that.
And then we're going to film it for you guys and take pictures.
That's a definite. We're definitely going to film that.
I love this idea.
I think
I'm picking out the craziest thing for him because he's very fashion conscious, but if he goes into it knowing like this is what it is and he has no say so, game on.
I've been telling Tony about this idea for like since we got together. I'm like, we need to do this.
It's dope.
So it'd be funny if we
then I feel like people will want revenge the next time though if you dress them in something crazy.
Right. We'd have to explain to them like, look, you have to get the craziest outfit for us. I want it to be fair. I want to look ridiculous too because I'm gonna make sure Tony looks ridiculous. Yeah. So.
Dope.
But all right, guys. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Send us more questions
next time. Yes, send more questions. Any questions you have, hit up my YouTube channel. For those on Periscope, you can find me on YouTube at SabrinaSith or Sabrina the Plug. I think my YouTube comes up either way. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment below with any questions you have. Look for my pinned tweet where I ask, hey, any questions? And comment under that so I keep all the questions together. Follow Cari at
De La Caridad. Wait, is that my Instagram?
De La Caridad.
Yes, De La Caridad at De La Caridad on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
then you can find me anywhere at SabrinaSith.
Oh, that's a good question. We'll have to tackle next time. Was Tony ever heckled?
Yes. That's and we'll get to that next time. I feel like this is how we end like those cartoons. Next time on Life's a Joke. Was Tony ever heckled?
Nobody
Fuck
poops.
Yes. Okay, bye.